All right, we have a nomination for Daniel Miressi. Okay. Is there a second? Okay, I see. Yeah, okay, thank you.
Very hard on.
Yes, thank you. Okay, well, it's been seconded. Are there any other nominations? Are there any other nominations? Are there any other nominations? If not, we will cast one ballot for Daniel Miressi. All those in favor of Daniel, please say aye. Aye. Opposed? Abstentions? Daniel, congratulations. You are our endorsed candidate. You want to come on up? Congratulations.
Thank you. I'm way shorter. Is this the microphone? Yeah. Hi, I'm Daniel Miressi. Good to see everyone here. Thank you for coming out. I just want to let everyone know I am new at this, and I'm super appreciative of this opportunity, and this is something I've always wanted to get into, and I want to work with everybody to figure out the best way to move forward. So this is my first political speech, so bear with me a little bit. But I just wanted to give you a general idea of, like who I am and the foundations of what I believe in and what I think we can do to win and maybe change up the narrative a little bit about Republicans around here. So when I was young, I spent hundreds of hours sitting in my father's 97 mint green Ford. We travel all over the state for my hockey games and practices. I was a kid, but 1997 was a time of common sense and common values, where the echoes of Bob Grant, Michael Savage, and Rush Limbaugh bellowed through the car radio, espousing common sense and common values I feel we have lost today, and what I hope to bring back as your nominee. In that Ford was where my passion for politics and conservative foundations were born. During those mundane rides, I learned about the issues of the day and the common citizens' concerns. Now, as I stand here as a young adult trying to start my life, I barely recognize the area I used to call home. I've watched a destructive force called the Democrat Party and its policies, supported by my opponent, Bob Duff, slowly tear away at the fabric of who we are as Norwalk residents and Darien residents. And all that's left is the nostalgia of a faded memory that reminds us of what it used to be like to live here. I cannot stand idly by and watch the people continue to be ignored and left to pick up the pieces of fabric that were torn apart by the Democrat policies. No politician should ever turn their back on constituents and prioritize themselves and take care of their friends. They shouldn't talk down to people and say, just wear a mask, as they parade around violating their own edicts. I believe there's no such thing as a centrist in politics anymore. Either you support freedom and liberty, or you support big government and authoritarianism. The Democrats in this state are nothing short of autocrats, and their policies hurt people. They push for redevelopment that gentrifies, rather than actually investing in the individual and community. Tax policy that puts a chokehold on small business owners, but more money in Hartford's pocket. They lock up your kids for 2 years, then wonder why there's a mental health crisis befalling our youth. They apologize for crime, and in the same breath, blame police. The only thing police need to be held accountable for is to do their job by the book, and our support in continuing to keep our district safe. A position held by people like Barack Obama just 6 years ago. But Bob Duff, like the rest of the radical Democrats, condemn our great police. It is high time to call out their insanity and hypocrisy that creates destruction and divisiveness. Bob Duff and the agenda he supports has harmed the average family and young person like me, stripping them of their value, confidence, and chance at autonomy. Our community has had the cards stacked against them. Government should only exist to empower the individual and help its citizen flourish. Nothing else. I vow to be the candidate to stand up for the people in this district, those who have a legitimate stake in our community. I will never apologize for successes or undermine the prosperity of my constituents. I only put forth ideas that serve to make our district a beacon in Connecticut. The way to do that is simple: common sense and common values. Safe neighborhoods, clean streets, less taxes and regulation, smart investment into communities and small business, schools that teach more science, math, trades, and life skills, not gender studies or CRT. Politics is trickled down from culture. I want to define what it means to be a citizen in our community again. Too many people say they know Republicans, but they never actually met one. We are the remedy this district needs and the solution to the one-party rule we are forced to live under in this state. What is the point of being a conservative if there's nothing left to conserve? As I campaign, I will talk to the people that Bob Duff thinks he represents, or should I say owns. The way to win this state is to take back the culture, define it. Let's inspire the individual living here to invest their time, family, and dreams in our community. The middle class is the last bulwark against tyranny. No more complacency. It's time to go on offense against Bob Duff and his incompetent stewardship. Let's never apologize for our positions. If you stand with me, you'll stand for common sense, common values, and respect for our district. The older I get, the more I realize how lucky I was to have grown up here. It truly is a place that encapsulates the American dream. That's why I feel an obligation to fight for my home, our home. And I'll leave you with this. A state is only as good as the citizens who choose to preserve it and nourish it for generations to come. Thank you.